What is up, PlayStation crew? Welcome back to the channel. Man, if you thought August was going to be a quiet month for PlayStation, Sony just proved us completely wrong. We've got a stacked week of PlayStation 5 news to break down today, ranging from a game-changing system update that directly boosts PS5 Pro visuals to insane new game launches dropping right now, and a massive countdown to the biggest releases of the fall. We are looking at about 15 minutes of pure, unadulterated PS5 updates today. We're breaking down the new August PS5 beta firmware update and what PSSR default means for you, the August PlayStation Plus lineup, and why one specific indie hit is taking over co-op gaming. This week's brand new tactical shooter drops, including 50v50 Jungle Combat and Hell Let Loose Vietnam, and the final countdown toward Marvel's Wolverine and Santa Monica's next big moves. Grab your favorite beverage, sit back, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and let's dive straight into story number 1. Alright, let's start with system news, because Sony just sent out invites for the August 2026 PS5 system software beta. If you're in the beta program, check your inbox right now. Now, on the surface, system updates can sound pretty dry, but this one actually packs a serious punch, especially if you're rocking or planning to pick up a PS5 Pro. Sony has officially made enhanced PSSR image quality turned on by default in this beta. For those who need a quick refresher, PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution is Sony's AI upscaling technology. Previously, you had to tinker around in settings or rely on specific developer patches to toggle higher image clarity. Now, the new firmware automatically applies enhanced PSSR across all supported titles, even older games that were patched for earlier versions of PSSR. That means sharper textures, cleaner edges, and less aliasing without you having to lift a finger. Beyond the visual boost, Sony tweaked a few under-the-hood settings. One notable change, if you turn off Bluetooth in the advanced settings, a feature mostly used in competitive esports arenas to avoid signal interference, it will now disable rest mode and HDMI.
It will now disable rest mode and HDMI link. Sony explicitly warned casual gamers not to toggle this setting unless you're actually running a tournament setup. Overall, it's a solid stability update, but seeing PSSR get refined natively shows how committed Sony is to squeezing every bit of visual fidelity out of the PS5 hardware platform. Next up, let's talk about the PlayStation Plus games for August, because this month's lineup is low-key incredible for variety. Leading the charge is Dying Light 2 Stay Human Reloaded Edition. If you skipped this at launch back in 2022, now is 100% the time to grab it. The Reloaded Edition comes bundled with all the refined combat mechanics, firearms additions, and visual overhauls Techland has added over the years. Parkouring across city rooftops at night while fleeing volatiles with up to 3 buddies in co-op is peak zombie survival fun. But the real sleeper hit of this month is a title called Big Walk. This comes from House, the dev studio that gave us the hilarious Untitled Goose Game. Big Walk is a cooperative open-world adventure all about communication, puzzle solving, and wandering through beautiful landscapes with your friends. It's quirky, hilarious, and genuinely one of the best multiplayer palate cleansers we've had on PS5 all year. And if you're in the mood for pure cosmic horror, retro-style survival game Signalis is also included. It's got that classic Resident Evil and Silent Hill PS1 era inventory management, melancholic vibe, and brilliant sci-fi mystery. Plus, fighting game fans get a bonus Marvel Tuck-On pack with exclusive avatars and result screen posts. Bottom line, claim these games before August ends, because Dying Light 2 alone makes the subscription worth it this month. Now, let's talk about what you can actually boot up and play on your PS5 right now, because this week brought 2 totally different, super high-quality titles. First up is Hell Let Loose Vietnam. The original Hell Let Loose was one of the most hardcore, rewarding 50 vs 50 tactical shooters on PS5, and Expression Games has completely raised the bar with this standalone entry. We are talking dynamic jungle foliage, brutal guerrilla warfare tactics, napalm strikes, and intense squad reliance. Unlike standard arcade shooters, you can't just run and gun here. You need team leaders, radio operators, and tactical placement. The haptic feedback on the DualSense controller makes every weapon feel distinct, from the kick of an M16 to the thump of heavy artillery shells landing nearby. If you love deep, communication-heavy military sims, this is an absolute must-play on PS5 this week. On the indie front, we also got Dusk Fade, a gorgeous, atmospheric action-adventure game with fast-paced hack-and-slash combat and platforming mechanics. It's receiving great praise for its artistic direction and fluid 60 FPS performance on console. It's awesome seeing the PS5 library get this kind of genre diversity in mid-August. Looking ahead at the next 2 weeks of August, the release train isn't slowing down at all. We have 2 huge titles dropping toward the end of the month that you need on your radar. First up on August 20th is Mortal Shell 2. The original Mortal Shell was a surprising indie Souls-like hit with its unique hardening mechanic, allowing you to turn your body to stone mid-attack. The sequel expands everything. Bigger open-ended hub worlds, more distinct shells to inhabit, deeper weapon customization, and incredible PS5 DualSense integration. If you're reaching for a dark fantasy challenge before the fall blockbusters hit, mark August 20th on your calendar. Then on August 27th, EA... Before we wrap up today's news, we have to talk about what PlayStation Studios is cooking behind the scenes for late 2026 and 2027. Ever since the announcement of God of War Laufey, which centers around Kratos' late wife Faye fighting through the divine afterlife, the Santa Monica studio community has been buzzing. Industry insiders suggest that Sony is preparing another showcase or state of play teaser towards the end of September to give us a full gameplay breakdown of Faye's combat style. We're also getting closer to the release of Remedy Entertainment's Control Resonant on September 24th, and the 3D platformer remake Rayman Legends Retold coming October 1st. The pipeline for the second half of 2026 is stack-packed across every single genre imaginable. And that is your full PS5 news roundup for this week. From the new PS5 firmware updates to heavy-hitting drops like Hell Let Loose Vietnam and the upcoming hype for Wolverine, PlayStation is firing on all cylinders right now. Now, I want to hear from all of you down in the comments. 1. Are you testing out the new PS5 beta firmware? 2. Which game are you playing first from the August PS Plus lineup? Dying Light 2 or Big War? And that officially wraps up our expanded PS5 news breakdown for this week. From PSSR Pro updates to tactical jungle combat in Hell Let Loose Vietnam, the huge Wolverine countdown, and potential new controllers on the horizon, PlayStation is absolutely cooking right now. Now, I want to toss it over to you. Drop a comment down below and tell me. 1. Are you picking up a new game this week or sticking to your backlog? 2. Would you upgrade to a DualSense Edge Gen 2 if it officially fixed battery life and stick drift? Smash that like button if you enjoyed this deep dive. Hit subscribe so you never miss weekly PlayStation updates, and I will see all of you in the next one. Go play some games. Peace.